I am an adoptee. I still don't understand what that means. I don't feel it. I know that I am adopted. Apparently, me coming from the early 90s, I'm one of the first open adoptions in the state of California. What the fuck is that? I have relationships with my biological family, but I don't feel it. I don't feel connected. I don't feel tethered. I don't feel like I exist. You don't feel like you belong anywhere. And I have a right to exist, no matter what my isms are, however the fuck you wish to classify me. I have a right to exist just because I'm here. I have a right to feel tethered. And beyond all, I have a right to be pissed off. And I am not a grateful adoptee. They don't prepare you as an adoptee or the adoptive parents and my birth parents, but they don't prepare any of my four parents for the grief that is to come, for the issues that are bound to arise, for the fact that for the rest of my life, I have been cut off from the most human, organic process, feeling, experience of life. We are mourning and we are grieving and no one recognizes us. No one gives us the space to say, I'm sorry that you are in pain. Some things about adoption that pissed me off. You were chosen. Fuck you. I was rejected and given up by the people who are supposed to love you the most. I'm sorry that you might have been in pain. I am now forever in pain because of your decision. Think of PTSD, and they could think of a particular incident. There's also complex PTSD, which is a repetitive incident of trauma. And people are now finally realizing that adoption is not just a traumatic event that affects the psyche of the newborn, but that we are traumatized from fucking day one, before we have any sense of self. You are taken away from your birth mother, who you spent 9 months incubating, becoming, creating yourself beneath all the science. We're animals. Other people have to focus on, well, you had such a better life given this. You should be grateful. Fuck that. I am not grateful. Don't tell me to be grateful. I'm pissed off. And I know there's no reckoning. There's nothing that I'm asking for from any of my parents except to witness me and to do your research, to empathize with me, to read about it, to be seen. Oh, well, she comes from an open adoption. She knows her family. She's fine. I'm not fucking fine. It's taken me so many years to realize that this is an issue because no one helped me. Oh, she gets good grades. Look, she's doing this. Blah, blah, blah. Because why? Because I felt a desire to prove that I needed to live. I felt a desire to prove that I belonged here. It's perfectionism at one of its finest. Let's just be the best student ever, the lovely people pleaser. I will do whatever you want. I will take all the drugs and to get all the A's at the same time. But I also don't like to be controlled. So don't tell me what to do. But I also don't like to make my own decisions. So you gotta tell me what you want so I know what to pick. But I have to know that I'm the one picking it, right? Don't tell me that I'm lucky that I know my birth parents. This should be a right. There are adoptees who don't know where they come from. There are adoptees who don't even have access to their own birth records. What the fuck is this? Are we secrets for you to keep? What you do in the dark will come to the light, and here we are existing. Are you ashamed of us, of yourself? That you are so broken you can't face your own pain of the decision you made? Intellectually speaking, I understand. And on a certain level, I empathize and I have compassion. But my inner infant, if you will, doesn't give a fuck. All my baby self wants is to feel safe in this world, to feel secure, to feel loved, to feel like this black void that we will all eventually move into when we lose consciousness, that there's at least something tying me here. But we don't get that as adoptees. Then of course, you can compound that by a variety of factors, such as parental alcoholism, transracial adoptees. There's so many factors involved. No one fucking ever talks about this. I had one, maybe two friends growing up who were adopted. We never talked about it. Like maybe one time, my other adoptee friend said she wanted to look for her birth mother. But then I can't even relate to that because I am just the most privileged adoptee because I know my birth parents and I'm white. And yeah, like, am I grateful for my resources and for the love I have and for, the bounty that I receive in my life? Of course. But it was not a path I chose. I had no choice. My entire life changed. And I am to accept that because I must. I wish it didn't have to happen so that people would not have to go through the pain that I'm going through. But that's not a reality. It's not. What am I trying to say? I wish adoption didn't exist.